Hi from CNL Sports, and today we're going to be talking about free agency with a little twist. This free agency has been crazy. I haven't seen a free agency like this in a very long time. And just for the headliners that are still available, we got ourselves KD, Kawhi, Kyrie, Kemba, Jimmy, and D'Angelo. So with that being said, let's start with KD. Mr. Kevin Durant. Now, Mr. Achilles, if you didn't know, he made himself an unrestricted free agent. Now, what y'all don't understand is he can also still go right back to the Warriors and take that 5-year deal, which I personally think he does. I think that's where he's going because you can guarantee yourself money. That's key. You also guarantee yourself time to rest. You don't want to rush back to injury due to, you want to prove your money, God forbid, such and so forth. Like, you get your bread from Golden State and you don't have to worry about having to get rested easy for a contract. You can get rested easy for your legacy. And that's definitely way more important. Now, I've already heard that the medical staff in Golden State has been fired. I'm not going to release my source, but I appreciate you. You know who you are. With that being said, if I'm him, I'd definitely go back then. That's definitely a good move. You make your money for 1 year, possibly 2, because Achilles injuries are very hard to come back from. We all know big-time players have been hit with Achilles injuries, and they never come back the same. So you really have to take that in consideration, that he needs to get the proper rehab and the proper time off so he can come back hopefully better, hopefully the same. I really hope he doesn't come back a worse player. But at the same time, I still make a move on him. He doesn't stay with them. He can go to another team. They can give him 4 years. They got to throw him that bag. He got to hope they throw him that bag. But I mean, it's KD. So with that being said right there, he goes to Golden State. Hopefully he takes a good 2 years off, still gets paid. And if he doesn't like it, then when he goes back, request a trade. Anybody will pick up your contract. I won't pick up Chris Paul's contract. I'll pick up his, though. Even coming back off of an Achilles injury. And that's just being real. Now, with that said, you got Kyrie talking about, I'm meeting up with him, or they're saying that he's meeting up with him because they're going to be talking about teaming up together and such and so forth. So they're talking about the Knicks. I'm going to tell y'all right now, cut that out, man. I'm a hard Knicks fan, and I'll tell you when, honestly, enough is enough, because there's nothing but a comedy show half the time in the Garden. And I'll be the first one to say that. Granted, we have a very good team. Thank you, RJ Barrett. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis Smith. Thank you. I appreciate you too, Knox. Appreciate you too, Robinson. But he ain't going there, especially with KD. I think he goes to Brooklyn. And then with that being said, D'Angelo ain't going there. We all know he's going to be a free agent. Suppose he's talking to the Lakers. I don't think that's happening because of the next person I'm going to be talking about, but it could happen if he just doesn't go for much, and hopefully they pick the next guy I'm talking about as well, and they just go win themselves a chip and just call it a day. And then if they want to split up after that, they can split up after that. At the end of the day, Anthony Davis most likely ain't going nowhere because LeBron ain't going nowhere. He gave him 23. That means my boy's going back to 6. Heat days, the good days. I miss those days. That was good basketball. But D'Angelo going to have to take a little less money, so I don't know if he goes there. So we'll see what happens with him. Now, the next person I'm talking about, this blew me out the water. Kawhi's talking to the Lakers, but not just talking to the Lakers, because, you talk to the Lakers, you talk to LeBron, and you talking to Anthony Davis, but you know very well you're talking to LeBron. LeBron is whatever team he plays for, a recruiter, second coach, all that. So, with that being said, supposedly Kobe's jumping in the building. And that's a hell of a mind state to talk to Kawhi, because at the end of the day, Kawhi's a winner. And we all know Kobe was a winner. He's a legend. But supposedly, I don't know how I feel about this. Supposedly, it said Magic's joining too. I mean, Magic don't even work in the office anymore. I'd rather see Jeannie Buss go over there before I see Magic go over there. But I mean, at the same time, you're talking about Los Angeles greats, legends, and such and so forth. So I can see why he pull up over there, bring a chip to LA. You'd be guaranteed a chip. You have no KD in Golden State. You have no Clay in Golden State. The West is up for grabs. If you're a premier, proficient team like how the Lakers are going to be next year. Let me mind you, they still have Kuzma. Come on. That's crazy. So, with that being said, I don't know if Kawhi goes there though. And it's not, I don't believe in that whole always gonna tarnish his legacy like when they were talking about KD, because at the end of the day, KD had to go to Golden State to win a chip. We all know that. Granted, he was finals MVP and whatnot. Cool. Well, Kawhi won it on both sides. And yes, he won it with San Antonio, but San Antonio was not the same San Antonio since the early 2000s. We all know that. They're old. He took over. And Toronto most likely wouldn't even have made the playoffs if he wasn't on that team. So, I think personally he stays in Toronto, but I mean, they were talking about he was talking to the Clippers too, and that's a good fit. That's a good fit, man. That's a good fit. But I think he stays in Toronto, man. He could start a legacy over there. They could bring people over there. I like to see him, the Clippers. I like to see him try to ruin the Lakers' run there, man. That'd be crazy. But with that being said, we're going to move to the next one. We're going to talk about Kemba Walker. I'm talking to the Knicks. Kemba Walker. Pick him up. Pick him up. I know y'all ain't watching. I hope y'all watching. But pick him up. We need a premier player, and that's a great premier player to go to. That'd be great. We can give him that bread. He wants that bread. He deserves that bread. I mean, what he's done with Charlotte is crazy. He deserves that bread. But last but not least, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Butler. And the reason why I left him for last but not least is because me personally, I think he's going to stay in Philly. You'd be dumb to leave. You'd honestly be dumb to leave. You got Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. Yeah, you wildin', bro. Get that. Work on another role player. Get back to the playoffs. Take over the East. Honestly, you gotta do that. So, with that being said, that's gonna be the end of the show today. But one thing I see in our sports, we always catch eye for, because we don't forget anything and we don't miss anything with our eyes. And one thing we are definitely got to give a shout out and a big thank you to is all of our followers, because we definitely have seen them subscribers go up. I appreciate y'all for getting us to 100. Hopefully we can get to 1,000. More subscribers, more content. We promise to bring you better content every day. So, with that being said, from C and L, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Bring that love more this way. Hit that like and subscribe. Don't be scared to put a comment on the bottom. Show some love, show some hate. It's all good. See y'all next show. Peace.